Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people. An absolute pleasure to have you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies with us today. Forgot to mention in the previous video, if you make a comment under any of the videos this week, your name will, doesn't have to be much of a comment, just a heart or a thank you or whatever. Your name will go into a draw for one of 3 live readings that will take place early next year. I will draw the names out between Christmas and New Year live, so you can see whether your name comes out or not, and then you can contact me. So, very exciting. Sorry about the darkness. The sun's coming and going behind clouds. I'm in the bedroom because everybody's home. And if I feel look a little bit flat today, it's because I woke at 3 a.m, no idea why. 4 a.m. I got a huge sound of something solid falling in my head, with buzzing afterwards, trying to find out what that connects to. It wasn't the US earthquake, so yes, sending a positive energy to those that were affected in the US, 6.4 in Northern California. Oh boy, what a week. Anyhow, happy Solstice Eve. Put the positive energies out there. We had a lovely little Christmas yesterday with some of the non-COVID family members, because we are now all negative in our household. Had a lot of family come to the area to get together for Christmas, and we've ended up with sort of half in isolation and half not. So we had a half Christmas yesterday, hoping that because some have to travel back again prior to Christmas, and hoping we can get to spend Christmas with the others that are COVID positive. They seem to be pulling through, but we'll just play it by ear. So, the best laid plans of mice and men, so to speak. Anyhow, what I want to have a look at in this reading is I'm going to have a look at the Trump-McCarthy relationship. Donald Trump put out, I didn't read it, I heard it via third hand. Oh, here he is. Donald Trump. There's the 3 cards that fell out. I don't know whether I'm not going to read on him personally any further today. Donald Trump, Devil, Tower, Base of the Pack, Death. Never good cards for him at the moment. Thank you. The guys have just said, watch this space. There may be something more come out for him prior to Christmas. Okay, they're saying prior to the solstice, but the solstice is tomorrow, so I just got slapped up the head for saying don't hedge your bets. They have said prior to the solstice, so I don't know if something's coming out today or tomorrow in regards to his taxes are coming out. Okay, thank you. Which, yeah, they told me last week, the week before that, something was going to come out before the solstice in regards that was going to be quite damaging for Trump. I thought it might have been a subpoena or a indictment, but between the January 6th and the taxes, there may be more. Anyhow, getting back on topic, that was a quokka moment, which is our version of squirrel. Trump and McCarthy. Okay, get into those energies. I'm telling you, two packs, one for Trump and one for McCarthy. Trump put out on his Truth Social, or Untruth Social, that the Republicans must support McCarthy. So the thing is now, McCarthy's been trading his grandmother's ashes and his unborn great-grandchildren to try and bolster up votes for him to become House Speaker. If he does become House Speaker, or even if he doesn't, the fact that Trump has put that message out means that he now literally owns McCarthy by the short and curlies, because if he does get in as House Speaker, Trump will claim it was because of his backing. Oh, my head is prickling like you wouldn't believe. Trump is going to claim that it was because of his backing. If he doesn't get in, I don't quite know what. The investigators, the DOJ office, Jack Smith, if he doesn't get in, I'm not quite sure how Trump will claim that. Another card thrown out. Loss, heartbreak, disappointment, the cringing in front of the swords. I'll just have a look at the Trump-McCarthy relationship. So what I'll do is I'll put out 4 cards for each, using these as my McCarthy. It'll be very interesting because McCarthy doesn't want it, is what I'm getting. He didn't want Trump's backing, and I'm just getting this go away feeling. Ugh, this creepy, like, rack off feeling. He didn't want it. He didn't want the backing. Okay, tell me about the relationship between Trump and McCarthy. 4 cards McCarthy, 4 cards Trump. Thank you, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4 cards for Trump, please. 4 cards for Trump. 4 cards for Trump. I don't know if anybody else in the Republican Party is going for the Speaker position. Let me know if you've heard anything. I haven't heard anything, but I haven't overly looked either. Usually what happens is if the boys want me to read something, they will cross my table with it. Right. The Trump-McCarthy relationship. Trump-McCarthy. 3 more cards, please. 3 more cards for Trump. Thank you. Right. Oh, yeah. Okay, come on down. So McCarthy is the top row. And I've got Trump as the bottom row. And oh boy, my head is spinning with prickliness. So what we've got here is the manipulation. Manifesting but manipulation, and this is McCarthy working the room to try and get the votes. This was what he was doing. So I'll go from past to future. Working the votes. He was slowly, diligently making his way forward with getting the number of votes, selling the soul of his great-grandmother and the organs of his unborn grandchildren. He was diligently working his way forward. There may have been money offers in regards to it as well, but he was making progress. But he's now made to look foolish. However, I do see that he will be Speaker. I'll read Pendulum on it as well. This is him as Speaker. So it is a new start, but he will be made to look foolish as he becomes Speaker. For Trump, the same energies. Now I'm going to call this as Truth Social because swords are air energy and they control the social media. So this is Trump blasting out on social media in full view. Absolute full illumination with joy. This is him fully illuminating his relationship with McCarthy. Although his version of his relationship with McCarthy didn't want it. This is about setting up boundaries, and this is what I mean when I'm saying he's going to own McCarthy by the short and curlies. This is Trump setting up the boundaries and this emotional beginning. And this is emotional beginning of owning the Speaker, is what I'm being told. This is a new partnership, new agreements, new beginnings. Yeah. Okay, I'll just ask Pendulum. Let's have a quick look. Morning, guys. How are you going this morning? Yeah. Big questions, a lot of energy in here today. Probably because I'm so tired and fully opened. A lot of energy. Is McCarthy going to get voted in as Speaker of the House? Is McCarthy going to get voted in as Speaker of the House? It's going to get voted in as Speaker of the House. Is McCarthy going to get voted in as Speaker? They don't want to answer this one. They are not answering. Can I ask a question, please? If he gets voted in, is Trump going... Yeah, no. Okay, thank you. They've just put it out there. They aren't answering that question. They're not going to answer either of those questions. Looking at the base of those, this is for Trump. Complete and utter downfall. Wounded, in retreat. In regards to domestic security, I didn't actually look at the basis of those. For McCarthy, the moral corruption because of this Ace of Cups energy. Here we have the government, the higher authorities, the devil, and then the Sword of Truth. And I did have to laugh because the next one for both of them was living in their own little world and their luxury existence. Independence. They're independent, but they're confined. Then for McCarthy we have death, Russia, investigation, in the past. Sorry about this being a bit disjointed, but Trump we had this one, and then we had the Fool, the same as we've got for McCarthy, the foolishness, and the messaging that's going to come forward about his moral corruption, judgment and death as well. So they've both got very similar and slightly different order cards. So, they are so intertwined. I'm just getting McCarthy, go away, I don't want it, I didn't want it. But now that it's out there, there's nothing he can do about it. Okay, thank you for joining me. We shall watch that with interest. I have read before on whether McCarthy will become Speaker. I have seen that he would. But the boys are refusing to answer that today. I have seen that he would, but he wouldn't be for long, which I think, and that if you go back and you look at the reading I did on Hakeem Jeffries, that he is, however, going to become Speaker by the solstice. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, thank you for joining me. Take care.